today. We're being followed by our cameraman from the UK TV show. He's filming us, filming ourselves.
Lower down so I don't see your mouth, sorry, so I know you're not talking. Yeah, no.
It's different. I've never bought white bamboo furniture before. So the other day, Terry bought nappy sacks instead of baby wipes, and as a thrifter you really need baby wipes.
We're having a camera off.
Yeah, who's got the best camera?
So we are on the road today. We're being followed by our cameraman from the UK TV show. He's filming us, filming ourselves thrifting today. So it's going to be quite strange, isn't it, to think that someone else is also watching what we're up to. So we're heading to Amanda's. We've been there with you before. She usually has some really cool furniture and smalls as well. So hopefully today she'll have some good stuff. So come with us as we thrift here in Spain.
So hopefully we get some great finds today. It'd be good if we can actually find some good stuff whilst being filmed.
We're just having a sweet in the car. You know, it's like you have to do it, don't you? Boiled sweet when you're on a journey.
Trying to get rid of it quick.
So we can talk. So yeah, we're back in Spain, looking for cool stuff again, trying not to get run off the road, blimey. So we're looking for cool stuff. There's less places, as we've said to you before, in Spain to thrift, but if you find stuff, it's so cheap, isn't it?
It is.
You can find some real bargains. So hopefully today
we will find these bargains and fill our bag.
Exactly. We've got the All My Finds bag from the Handmade Magpie. So we want to fill it up with Spanish things again. So we're going to thrift here in the countryside, then we're going to thrift down on the coast.
This road is so windy, twisty, narrow in places, but it's so scenic. It's my favourite drive from Bedar, where we live in Spain, and we've brought a few people, Tom's mum being one of them, across on this road, across to Amanda's and beyond, and she said, oh no, not again, when we had to come home. But
well, you're almost home, and she said, oh, I forgot about this bit. The last like 25 hairpin bends.
It's just amazing because it's winding all through the mountains, the most amazing scenic views. You can see right down to the sea. It's so hot at the moment that it's quite hazy. So
what are we talking about? 45 degrees in the sun.
Hot, so yeah.
So we kind of dodge the sun a little bit. We're out and about today, but luckily we've got the aircon on in the car. At certain times of year, you drive through this landscape and you've got almond blossom, olive trees. I mean, it's just the most beautiful. And we found this little Segunda Mano just in the middle of nowhere, really. And she's very friendly, an English lady, Amanda, who owns it. And we're going to see what we find today.
That way. Yeah.
So how cool is that? Bit too kitschy even for me, I think. So we're here at Amanda's, and some good stuff today, actually. We'll show you what we found later on. We've got a whole bag full of goodies, and we're here filming with Jamie for the TV show. So we thought we'll do a quick little thrift while he's busy. So that's quite cool, isn't it? But Terry's not so sure about that, are you?
No, I don't like it. I like
That's
a bit of
quite
kitsch, but
nice.
not that kitsch.
That's lovely. €3. Lovely with the blue, isn't it?
Mm.
And obviously what we'll do is just do a haul, because it's more difficult to film with Jamie about. Yes. No, you'll want to get more shots anyway, so just holler.
5 minutes.
So how cool is this little double desk? Look, with a whole lifetime of stickers. We've got horses and Garfield, Tom and Jerry. So maybe brother and sister, because on the other side is the little racing cars, look. But you don't often see these double school desks. I think this would have been really the dream if you were growing up and you had one of these in your bedroom. It's too big for us to get back to the UK, really.
I would have loved one of these, but I certainly couldn't have sat this close to my sister and done my homework.
Do you think you'd have been fighting?
Yeah.
Me and my brother, the same. They're cool. How about those? Look, a set of 4. That's great. Whether they are actually from the period, they probably are. They look like they've got a bit of age to them to me. Nice design.
Nice condition.
Good condition. Clean. Give them the sniff test is good. So we'll see how much they are. These are quite cool as well, these little handmade little pictures of like with veneered wood.
Do you think they look a bit Italian?
Well, that looks Italian to me, but then some of the others, like this one, looks English. And I think if I take that one out of the equation, the one at the back looks like a little English village or something to me. So I reckon this is a hobby piece, and someone has perhaps gone to all these places.
Yeah.
And then made their own
There's
little
a couple
souvenirs.
of little floral type ones as well.
It's a shame the wood's
the
lifted
veneer's
on some of
lifted.
these, but that one's lovely as well. Just interesting, aren't they? That's quite cool in a kind of 90s way, I think. 80s, 90s. It's a bit kind of Golden Girls-y. You can see the fabric on there is quite period. But it's in really good condition, actually. Table and 4 chairs, $275. So that's a great price. Perhaps if you re-upholster the chairs.
And you want to put it in your house in Palm Springs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, you. You're very hot, aren't you? It's too hot for all this.
You don't know what to do with himself. Oh, he spotted a cat. Okay, so we've just left Amanda's. Some really cool pics there today, weren't there?
Some great things.
They've expanded. They've gone upstairs, and they had lots more small items, I think, today. So we found some really cool things. Because we're filming with Jamie as well today for the TV show, we've not been able to film the actual finding of things so easily, have we? So
No.
we'll do a haul at the end if we've got enough stuff, or it'll be a really short haul. So we found some cool little glass items and some little placemats and various goodies in there, all quite low prices, so that's amazing, isn't it? So where are we heading off to now?
So we're heading down to the coast. We've higgled our way back over the mountain. And yeah, we're off to the coast, Mojacar in particular, and a couple of places we've visited before. One that we've only been to once. Oh, we need some fuel. And yeah, we've only been there once, but it's a cool new place run by 2 young Spanish people, I think, and they have a bit of an eye for things because it was nicely displayed.
It was like a little boutique-y shop, wasn't it?
To start with, you questioned, is this a second-hand store or is it a new one? But it was actually all second-hand and vintage, so yeah, we're hoping that they've had another influx of stuff since we last went.
Fingers crossed. Now, there's no easy way to get from Amanda's to Mojacar Playa, so it takes a little bit of a trek across the mountains, and I feel a little car sick because we must have done about 50 hairpin bends.
I even feel a little sick myself, which as the driver doesn't normally happen, but we're nearly on the straight now.
So we'll see you down on the coast. So we're here at Rastro Mojacar down on the beach, so let's get inside this new Rastro and see what we can find.
Oh wow!
Wow, this is
great.
It is cooler in here actually. So this is almost set out like a little boutique.
I'm gonna. I don't want to get in the way of the shot. Yeah, and yeah.
So the air conditioning is on, so we could be all afternoon in here. So let's go and have a look. Books. The Royal Wedding, blimey. Another royalist here, lots of royal family. Downton Abbey, super bikes, a real mixture actually. So these are really cool, €10. There's just something cool about these proper old-fashioned cameras where you put the film inside and everything and actually take just 24 pictures or whatever and have to really think about what you were doing. So
Well, they're so retro. I think people put them on shelves now as part of a display.
just as ornaments,
Just
really.
as a look.
And really good prices as well. Obviously the more modern ones are so much more, but there's something just really cool about the old ones, and I bet they still work. Well, they're quite cool. And they come in a box. How many dessert trifle dishes can we buy in one day? €10 for a set of 6. They're a bit more modern, probably from the 80s, I wonder.
I think you're attracted to the box as usual.
I'm always attracted to the box. And look, so the other day, Terry bought nappy sacks instead of baby wipes, and as a thrifter, you really need baby wipes. So
I'll put a pack of those on the counter.
Look at these little,
Like a little
Well, I thought
fake Bakelite.
originally they were like a Bakelite radio, but they're mini ones, just modern, battery powered. Quite cool, aren't they? 15 euros each. So it's quite a pricey piece, but a bit different. When you film in a thrift shop, even if you don't buy anything, sometimes you look at lots of interesting things. So anyone who's watching on the channel will see some stuff they like, because everyone's got a different eye. They're looking for different stuff. So we tend to try and film a mixture of things with a skew towards 60s and 70s, mid-century, which we love and what we sell. But we also try and show anything that's interesting, because other people might want to look at that too. So yeah, a good start in here today. So quite a few interesting things.
Perfect. Maybe just picking up from the start, because that was a sort of arty shot, yeah.
Wow, that's cool. A little painted bit of bamboo furniture, a little plant stand, quite nice with these little circles on. I don't often buy painted stuff actually, I don't know if we ever have, but
No.
it's quite nice, quite Spanish feeling. Nice in a conservatory.
They look nice when they're in that sort of vivid blue as well. So, and it's
Yeah.
quite nice that it's already painted, because
Then you don't feel bad
no,
about
if it was
repainting.
just bamboo, oh gosh, don't knock the thing
Oh,
over.
nearly knocked the
The elephant over. So yeah,
I was trying to work out what that was. No price on it, so I'll ask her how much it is. But yeah, that's quite nice and very small and compact, so easy to pack in the van to take back to the UK.
perfect.
Oh,
It's already sold.
it's already sold. Well, there we go. We'd fallen in love with it, and it's sold.
And how much was it?
You just have to move on.
15.
15 euros, so
Oh.
not a bad price.
It's even worse when you would have had it for 15.
I know.
Disaster.
Okay, well, we move on. This is the life of a thrifter. Quite nice little goblets.
Are they like a studio?
Signed underneath like a studio pottery piece. Set of 2.
Nice glaze.
Yeah, I like those. 10 euros for the 2. Whether that's a bit too much for us to then sell on, I'm not sure. So maybe we'll have to think about those. Oh look, another rum toft.
Don't run down the rum top.
This is like our Laura Colbell's penguin ice bucket. I think the rum toft, never mind the avocado dish, the rum toft is come in our penguin ice bucket. Yeah, they're cool, aren't they? 10 euros each. I think they're just printed. Maybe they are originals actually. I thought it was like printed on a canvas, but actually they are originals. Not so keen on the frames,
No.
but I love the way this is kind of inlaid
Yeah,
here.
the texture in that.
I
But
think
again,
it's almost suede in the inlay there.
and almost again, the subject's not quite right for us. But
I think they're a bit brown.
And yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so that's cool. Look, 10 euros. Nice condition. In fact, when you turn it over, it's actually more interesting underneath. So really nice for a big
lovely
fruit bowl,
weave.
perhaps. Yeah, nice weave on it. So it's about £8, I suppose, give or take.
And holding it there again, wait 1 second there, I'm going to get a...
So a nice weave underneath. So probably the conversion, 10 euros, about £8, give or take. So that's nice as a big fruit bowl. So maybe that's something we could consider. We'll have a think as we wander
Yeah.
around. Nice coloured beads. It's obviously got a bit of age to it. It's a shorter piece. Let me just hold it up so you can see on me. So it's kind of got a shorter length, but it's
lovely shades.
more like a choker, just slightly longer than a choker.
Yeah.
But for €3, I think that's got a real nice feel about it, and the fittings are quite vintage looking. So that's quite nice. You are the jewellery king, Terry, so I don't know.
I like it. I approve.
Terry says yes.
Sorry, lower it down so I don't see your mouth. Sorry, sometimes I know you're not talking. Yeah, no.
So I'm going to see if I can get the necklace and the basket. Retail value 13. I see if I can get both 10. What do you think?
Go for it.
Let's have a go.
Go for it. Good luck. The cat is not dead.
The Cat and the Hippo went to sea on a beautiful
Uno
table.
Uno está vivo. Respira.
Muertas.
Okay, so we've made a deal. £10, 10 euros for everything.
Oh wow.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
So we have the basket, necklace, and the essential wet wipes. So we'll film this and it will then slot in at the end of the thrifting video. And actually, when you don't do a haul, people say, why have you not done a haul? So we are going to do a haul this week.
Lovely. For having a camera off.
Who's got the best camera?
I'm going to get it first, I think.
Okay, so we're back from our thrift day down on the beach in Mojacar and also in the mountains at Amanda's. We found some really cool things, I hope you'll agree. Not loads of things today, but some really cool things nonetheless. So let's show you in a bit more detail. So the first thing we did was spotted these cool little placemats, ideal in the center of a table, in perfect condition in this lovely oval shape. We sell the wicker and the rattan really well on the stall, and these have got a really kind of mid-century look about them. And to find a set of 4 as well is really unusual. So I think saleability-wise, a set of 4 will mean we can get a bit more for them. So I think we paid about €1 each for these. So very little money, and I think we've got to be able to get £5 each, maybe. So we'll see how they go when we get back to the UK. But that was our first quick little pickup. And once we'd done that, we thought, right, we've made a start. Now, lumped in with that purchase for €5, we also got this little jug slash kind of vase. I think it's slightly earlier, probably from the 1930s. Even just looking at it, it's got that kind of silver Carlton ware kind of look about it. Lovely colour, nice little shaped handle, nice little size really, kind of so big. Underneath you've got the little model number. For €1, I mean, that's just crazy. So for like 80 pence, so that's got to sell for 10 or 12 pounds when we get back to the UK. It's a lovely size for someone to put little flowers in. So that was a really great little buy. So we'll pop that down there. Then Terry was really pleased. Only one piece of jewellery today, but this lovely coloured beaded necklace in this lovely kind of twisted design. Not sure how old it is. When you look at the fixing here at the top and the lovely chain, it's got that vintage look about it. So it's not ever so long. So it's almost more like a choker, slightly longer than the choker style, but the colours and that graduation of colours really cool. So I think the Spanish jewellery's gone really well on the market stalls in the UK. So it's just a bit unusual, I think. So we'll hopefully be able to sell that for a nice little profit. So that particular piece, I forget how much that was now. It wasn't lots of money. €3, I think. So, I mean, for €3, you can't argue, can you? So that was a nice little pickup. Then we seem to have a morning of ice cream dishes. So we picked up these cool ones. Now, just looking at these and the unusual design, you might be able to see on the bottom there it says Italy. It's difficult to see, but it's got Italy and the little number 16, I think. So I thought to myself, these look unusual enough to be something quite interesting. So when I got back and researched these, they're actually from the 70s and they're little ice cream dishes as we thought. And I think for a set of 6, these are going to be worth about £45, £50. Certainly on an online marketplace. If we sell them at the antique fairs, we might charge a little bit less. But bearing in mind, we bought 6 of them for €5, so £4. Almost whatever we sell them for, would be a good profit. So I think as a set of 6, you can always add a bit of a premium to it. So I thought they were really cool. Now on our travels around the UK, we see a lot of Ravenhead glass. So we've had lots from this range, which is called the Siesta range. So we've had glasses, tumblers, we've got a little jug and bowl, I think. So we often see this. So it's quite a common thing. But again, we've got a set of 6. So I think, again, we can charge a little bit of a premium. So I think probably they'll be worth about £20, £25 if we can sell those as a set. So in the summertime is perfect. So when we get back to the summer markets, people will still be thinking about ice cream and little summer desserts. So I think these will sell really well. And finally, this jug was our final pickup of the day. And to me, just screamed kind of 1950s, 1960s with this kind of wood bamboo effect etched into the, like sgraffito, I suppose, into the shape. The lovely, unusual abstract shapes and colours. So we've got burgundies and blues and yellows. And then what kind of is the giveaway that it's probably Spanish is the little top where it's been nipped like that, which you tend to see on sangria jugs, water jugs and things. I think because you've got fruit, lemons, things in the water. So when you pour it out, you don't want everything to come into the glass. So I did a little bit of research on this. It does appear to be Spanish and probably from that kind of period. it will sit really well with some of the earlier pieces of West German pottery that we've got. And on an online marketplace, they're asking about 45 euros for that. So I think there's a good profit in that. We paid 10 euros, so we're happy with that. So overall, a really great haul. Our first kind of haul down at the beach and popping back to see Amanda in the mountains. So we were really pleased, and hopefully you enjoyed watching along too. Jamie, our cameraman from a UK television show that's been following our whole Spanish adventure, is coming over to film us thrifting. So we're going to do a vegan marble cake. And I know you've liked me cooking in the van. Well, today, look at this. It's like luxury. I've got a proper oven. I've got so much space. So let's get started. So I'll put the recipe in the description on the video. So if you want to make it, you can. But let's see how it turns out first. So we've got plain flour, and then we add in cornstarch, baking powder, bicarb of soda and sea salt. Give that a bit of a mix like that. And then we go straight to the wet ingredients. So we add in the sugar, the plant milk. We've got some plant yogurt, some lemon juice, vanilla extract. Finally, the melted butter. Here we go. So we then add the wet ingredients into the dry. So we'll tip that in and then give it a nice mix. So what we're going to do is take just under half of this batter, pop it into another dish. Maybe that much. And then in this smaller amount, you put the chocolate in. So we took some cocoa powder and just a bit of boiling water, mix it all together, and then you have to let that kind of cool. Look at that. And pop that in there. Now, anyone who's made a marble cake before and is watching this and saying, no, don't do it like that, then this is our first time, so we'll see how it goes. You want 1/2 chocolate.
I see, yeah.
And 1/2 plain, and then you marble this like layers. So you create layers of the plain batter and the chocolate batter in the tin, and then you kind of marble it around. Now, when I was a child, this was one of my favourite cakes. So, ta-da! 2 batters, and then we basically do a layer of plain, a layer of chocolate, a layer of plain, a layer of chocolate. We take, ideally, a bamboo skewer, but we don't have one, so we have one of these. So basically what we do is just swirl it around a bit. Okay, so we've preheated the oven to 160 Celsius. So we'll pop that. What I'm going to actually do is just lower the tray a bit. And we'll pop it in there for an hour. So you don't have to stay for an hour. You can if you want.
Magic, it will just pop out of the oven in about.
Okay, so we're 50 minutes in. With this cooker, I like to just stop it a bit short. So let's see if it looks good.
Wow.
If the little skewer comes out clean. I think that does. So I think that will just continue to cook a little bit. So we'll whip it out and that should be good. Okay, so we'll just sit it on there for a few minutes, and then that will give us a nice bit of energy tomorrow morning before we go thrifting. So if you'd like to watch something similar, then why don't you click here, and we'll see you again very soon.